Hey there, good morning. I'm trying a different angle today. This is Tanya Toledano from MontrealMom.com going live for 5. I said last week that maybe I do a quick recipe, so I'm doing something that most of you probably already know how to do, but some of you may not, an apple crisp. So I'm gonna start, I've got the camera set out at a different angle this morning. Oh, of course the phone is ringing. We're gonna let that go to voicemail. Sorry for that interruption. So basically I'm starting off with just chopping up apples. You're not gonna see my face, you're gonna see me chopping. Anyway, so I'm just chopping up apples and I'm going to add them into a bowl. Sorry for the phone ringing in the background. Perfect timing. And by the way, I'm sorry, a little past 10. Had some technical difficulties setting up the camera as is. This is going right into my compost bag. So I hope everyone's been doing well this, I was gonna say Monday morning, it's actually Tuesday morning, of course. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Some terrible, terrible news coming out of Manchester. I think a lot of us were glued to the news a little bit yesterday. It's just hard to believe what's going on in our very, very crazy world. Earlier this weekend, I hope you all enjoyed. We did have some decent weather for Saturday and for Sunday. I don't know what you all did. Our family on Sunday went to the Old Port and we experienced the Science Museum for the very first time. So I'm just chopping apples and talking to you about the weekend here. Hope that's okay with everyone. Back into the compost. This one's a little spongy. I think I'm gonna leave it on the side. So I had these apples left over and I was like, what am I gonna do with them? Because they're going to go bad. So that's why I've decided to turn this into an apple crisp. And I thought I would do this while I was chatting with you for Live for 5 today. So, yeah, we went to the Old Port. We experienced the Science Center for the first time. It is amazing. I can't believe we've lived here so long and haven't been. It was great. We started off the day going to the TELUS IMAX and seeing humpback whales. And then we went to the Science Center and then we had a little picnic in the Old Port. And some of you may or may not know this, but TELUS has basically equipped the entire Old Port with Wi-Fi. I'm going to be writing about it on the blog, so you'll get a lot more information about that. It's pretty amazing, and it's going to be to speeds that will allow people to access, even when there's big stuff going on, whether it's concerts or big events, people will be able to get free Wi-Fi in the Old Port thanks to TELUS. And you all know that I'm a TELUS fan already, so I don't need to keep saying that, but I'm a very, very proud member of Team TELUS, and I'm happy to share this news with you. So I am going to keep chopping. I actually didn't pay attention to what time we started here. I guess about a minute and a half ago. So I hope we're going to get this all done in time. I think we will. What else is going on? I've got 2 great giveaways coming up on the blog. I can't announce them until they go live, but stay tuned on the Facebook page this week. If you don't have notifications turned on, you may want to do that. And for the MontrealMom.com Facebook page, and you'll find out what those giveaways are. That's exciting. Pirates of the Caribbean is opening May 26th. I am going to be very happily attending the advanced screening of that with my family this week, and I will be sure to let you know what we all think. We've been doing a Pirates marathon to get up to speed on all the shows, because we've seen some. I'm sure I fell asleep in one of them. So we've been watching. So we watched 2 this weekend, and we're going to watch, I guess, 1 tonight. No, I guess we'll watch 1. We may miss 1. But like I said, we've seen some of them. We're just sort of refreshing. And it's actually quite a great movie if you haven't seen it before. It might be a little scary for the little ones, but for my kids' ages, which are 10 and up, it's absolutely perfect. And we really, really enjoy it. So basically, I'm almost done here. This apple's got a little bit of spots. I'm going to shave off and get into the composter. Eek, that doesn't look good. I'm going to skip this one. So it feels spongy as well. So here, this part is not so good. Here, maybe I can take part of this. Here, I don't like to waste. So that's that. And we're going to get this crisp going in a moment. So basically, you'll preheat your oven. Listen, I'm going to say this. There are tons of recipes out there for apple crisp. I'm doing this without a recipe. I'm just going to show you how I really do it. It usually happens when there are extra apples left over. And I'm going to surprise everyone because they don't always expect dessert in this family. We don't do dessert on a regular basis. So basically, I'm going to put this in here. You can actually spray this. I'm gonna grab my spray. And you can spray the bottom so that it sticks less, but it doesn't need to be very, very sprayed. It's not such a sticky thing. I just dump my apples in, and then I'm gonna sprinkle some cinnamon on to taste. This is a recipe-less recipe. You can do it with or without measurements as you wish. I'm gonna move this to the side, and I'm going to move this to the side, and I'm gonna make the crumb topping now. So let me rinse my hands off for a second. And I actually have not been looking up, so I don't know if anyone's commenting. Hi. So here we're gonna put in some oatmeal. I'm gonna put in about a cup. And I'm looking, maybe a cup and a half. I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And these are the large flakes, so I've never made it with large flakes, but I'm sure it will be fine. I'm gonna add some brown sugar. So I'm gonna say for a cup and a half, I'm gonna say about 3/8 of a cup. So that was a quarter of a cup, maybe half a cup of sugar. All right, again, loose measurements, just eyeballing it. I'm gonna add more cinnamon into my crumb topping. You don't have to. Now at this point in time, you could actually grate frozen grate frozen butter into this, or margarine. I don't really use margarine, and we're having a meat supper tonight, so I want to make this non-dairy for kosher purposes. So I'm going to add just about a quarter of a cup of canola oil. People don't realize that you can do this, but you can. And I'm going to get the jewelry off now because that's not going to go very well with the mixing. And just mix it by hand like this. Okay, and it should be pretty moist. Could maybe use a little bit more brown sugar, but I don't really think it needs it. And it can be loose. If you want it more packed, you can put more oil, more sugar, but it doesn't really need it. And it's gonna just crisp up nicely like this. And then you just put it onto your apples, and you can bake that off at about 375 or 400 until it starts to crisp up, and you're gonna see your apples starting to bubble. You can have the apples more well done, less well done. Same thing with the crisp. If your apples are poking out a little bit, that's just fine. This is super easy apple crisp, and we've made it, I think, in our 5 minutes, folks. So that's it, live for 5 for today. Looking at you from a funny angle, and I hope you've enjoyed. And see you again next Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And I'm just going to wash my hands before I can sign off. Wishing you all a great week, and see you soon. Bye-bye.